Well, hello there, folks. I really do hope you're all well today. I really do. Just a quick one here from me. This one, the first one up today. And I'm not going to do a lot on this subject, only because I don't really know the person behind it. Well, I don't know the person behind it at all. And I've not looked into many of the facts, but it's just really an example from me of how badly ITV and the BBC, the real two big broadcasting institutions in Britain, have let down the staff members on numerous occasions over the last few years. And now they've not only let staff members down, but they've done the damnedest to cover things up. I heard this gentleman's name, a guy called Stephen Nolan. Those of you in Ireland will know of him. I don't know of him at all. I heard his name about 2 or 3 months ago when the Hugh Edwards thing was at its loudest, when everybody was talking about the Hugh Edwards case. But before we knew it was Hugh Edwards, lots and lots of names were thrown into the ring there. And one of the names was this Stephen Nolan. And I thought, who's that? I've never heard of him before. And I looked him up and he said he's an Irish presenter. I think he does TV and radio. And he was the 5th or 6th biggest earner at the BBC at the time, which surprised me. Nothing against the Irish and Irish presenters at all, but I would have thought the top 15 or 20 would have been based in England. But I believe he's pretty much a big deal over there. Does a lot of work, as I say. He does radio and TV. Anyway, people were mentioning his name and nothing came of it. And I thought, why is this guy being thrown into the ring? Because I heard it on a few occasions, his name. It wasn't once. It was a good few times. Seemingly, the people throwing it in there will know that something happened in, I think it was 2018. And although some of the public got to know about it, it was again brushed under the carpet really by the Beeb. What has happened is this Stephen Nolan had been sending colleagues at work pictures, naked pictures, is it, of Stephen Bear. I have heard of him, don't know him. He was in a reality show. I'd heard of him, as I say, don't know him at all. I heard of him a few months ago. He's got arrested recently, hasn't he? I think he was arrested for revenge porn and voyeurism against his ex-girlfriend. A thoroughly nice guy, obviously. And I think he's doing time now at Her Majesty's pleasure. Because he messed her head up and messed her up absolutely no end. I mean, what bloke could do that to an ex-girlfriend or to a girlfriend? Crazy. Anyway, this Stephen Bear, I believe, was a friend of the other guys. I forgot this guy's name already. Oh my God, how bad am I? Stephen Nolan. They were friends. And Nolan somehow has managed to get various poses of Stephen Bear naked and in a full state of arousal, I believe. And he sent it to numerous people. And I think one of the reasons he sent it is to use it as a blackmail tool to make sure Bear came on one of his shows. I think I've read it rightly, but if not, that's really irrelevant. But the thing is, the BBC looked into it in 2018, had an internal inquiry, did what they had to do, maybe wrapped him on the knuckles, I don't know, but carried on working with him. And as I say, as of 12 months ago, it was the 5th or 6th biggest earner on the BBC's payroll. All very strange, you might think. I would say so as well. I mean, he's also been accused of bullying. He's been bullying some of his staff as well. He looks like a big presence. He's a big fella. I've seen pictures of him. As I say, don't know him. He's a big guy, and he's obviously threw his weight around at the TV and radio studios. Not a nice person at all. But the Beeb have seen fit to carry on employing him and paying him shed loads of wonga, which is the BBC's want, I suppose. But they're the kind of things they've been doing over the last few years. They've covered things up, as do ITV. All very strange. All very strange.